We welcome you back. Yeah, it's getting a little steamy as the night has fallen on the mountains of western North Carolina. Things have heated up in this fourth quarter. Julian Roush will kick it off for the Mountaineers, who just went 80 yards to retake the lead in what has been a terrific football game. The battle for the Old Mountain Jug. 5:17 to go. T. Alford takes it at the goal line, and he's going to return. He's at the 20, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 23-yard line. And as they answered, Rod, you look at this drive, some key plays to get him back in the end zone.
Yeah, App State counters the 98-yard drive by Western in fine fashion, starting out with the pass across the middle, getting 17. Williams again with another completion across the middle, and then finally with the sneak in the end zone after taking a tremendous shot by OJ. Blasted him. App State's not going to fold up and give up on this football game. They are accustomed to beating Western. 18 of the last 19. Western's going to have to do something above and beyond ordinary to beat this App State team.
Ben Swigert, who's been in the shotgun most of the afternoon, that's picked off, and that's going to go for a touchdown, and that could be icing for the Mountaineers. And we're going to have an unsportsmanlike penalty, spiking of the football in the end zone, excessive celebration. Hard to blame them. Nigel Rogers took the pass in the flat.
Well, you've got a quarterback under duress, Swigert, with a guy right in his face. He kind of locked in on a wide receiver and just wanted to get rid of the football before he took the sack. Obviously with disastrous results. But here there's pressure right in his face as he turns. The ball's tipped.
Play. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 30 on the Appalachian State, spiking the ball. That foul will be carried over to the succeeding kickoff.
Nigel Rogers, the senior, the leader of this team, the captain, big hitter, makes a great play at a crucial point in the game to give his team a nearly unsurmountable lead. Now Western's going to be in a big-time hole with the offense that's not accustomed to throwing the football.
We've got more flags on the field. You mentioned, you know, Nigel Rogers was an all-Southern Conference player a couple of years ago and had just horrible knee injuries. And if Corey Lynch doesn't get hurt, you wonder how much Nigel Rogers plays this year.
He doesn't play.
And Jeremy Wiggins played one game at strong safety, moved over to free safety, and Nigel Rogers just made the biggest play of this game and just literally sucked the life out of this crowd.
Defense number 90. That penalty is declined.
A little frustration for Western Carolina. The interior lineman a little anxious to get back there and try to get this thing blocked.
Well, you had just said it. Appalachian State is accustomed to winning this game, and they believe that they're going to win this game, and they just made a game-changing and possibly game-deciding play. You go back and look at this play again, Rod.
Your Swigert under pressure late in the down. Great rush off the right side, off the left side. And then Rogers just jumps in front of it. I mean, the ball came out a little squirrely, underthrew it a little bit, and it got picked off. But the right tackle was beating on the play. Adam Donaldson giving up the quarterback pressure. Ball's tipped at the line of scrimmage. Rogers with the pick for a touchdown.
Well, the one thing that Bennett Swigert has not done all afternoon is made the big mistake. He's been efficient, and they've gotten some big running plays, but that one, just an absolute backbreaker. And give credit to Appalachian. They really struggled for the better part of almost 3 quarters to get the ball into the end zone. As a team that's accustomed to scoring a lot of points. And as you mentioned, they believe in the fourth quarter in this series that they're going to make more plays than the Catamounts. And after answering a 98-yard drive by Kent Briggs' Catamounts, they come down, go 80 yards, take the lead, and then get a defensive play, the defensive play of the day, to give themselves an 11-point cushion with just over 5 minutes to go in this game.
And Kent Briggs, Western Carolina's head coach, you know, a former all-star quarterback at his alma mater, been a head coach for a number of years, former defensive coordinator at NC State. You know, been around Bob Walters. I mean, the guy is a fantastic coach. He likes Bennett Swigert a ton as a person. He's been born and bred to throw the football, loves his technique, loves his want-to, his desire, his preparation. But I almost feel as though he gave him a little too much game to handle today. With the way they were running the ball directly at App State's defense, on that first down situation when you've got 5.5 minutes to go in the game and you're down by 4, why not go right back to your run game? I mean, there's no reason to throw it on first down. Go ahead and make App State defend your run game. There's virtually no chance of a turnover, and you're going to give yourself a chance to move the ball.
Roush will kick it from the 20.
Let it go out.
And they will let it go out of bounds. Let's go down to Shannon Spake on the sideline. Shannon?
All right, guys, it's a CSET exclusive. Here it is, the old Mountain Jug. My old buddy Yosef here, the Appalachian State mascot, brought it out, showed it to the crowd, and these guys went crazy. They've won it 18 of the last 19 times these two teams have met, and these guys want to take it home again today.
Thank you, Shannon. You know, 5:02 to go. An old buddy of mine once said, don't touch the money.
You better believe it.
And 5:02 to go.
Don't touch the money.
You're bringing that jug out a little early.
Number 25 on the kicking team, 5-yard penalty, replay the free kick.
We had a penalty on that. We will back up the Mountaineers another 5. Boy, the life in this stadium, which was jumping no more than 15 minutes ago, has really...
Yeah, it seems like they're not...
There isn't total concert here as Kent Briggs has come 15 yards out onto the field contesting this penalty, or at least not agreeing exactly with what's going on.
I'm not sure if they want to take the penalty or take the ball. You know, in the college game especially, if they can get a touchdown here, I mean, obviously game on, the 2-point deal, but I like Ken Briggs, the football coach. I just don't know why you put the ball in a true sophomore's hands and have him try to win the football game for you when you've got guys like Fudge, you know, who is running up and down the football field. He's been unstoppable. He have 130-something on 7 carries. I mean, his numbers are crazy. So, you know, I just feed my running back until they get you stopped.
Well, interesting enough, Darius Fudge was not in on that first down play, and that ball is going to be fielded at the 40, at the 45, and up to the 47-yard line. And guess who? Scooter Dalton, who was really demeaned by Rod Smith early in this game, has some pretty nice return yardage.
He does, huh?
He actually leads the Catamounts. I'm just taking a flyer on this in return yardage today.
What's the averaging? About 8 yards of return, 6 yards of return?
I would think it's at least a robust 10.
No offense, get the ball to the guys with speed, but at least they gained 7 yards by taking the penalty and have the re-kick.
Swigert's got to go. They do have the full complement of their timeouts, and Swigert under pressure. And Ben Swigert might be hurt. He took a hit just when he released that football. And since the Jug's inception, the two presidents of the booster clubs at the respective universities and their SIDs got together with this idea in 1978. In Appalachian State, as we take a look at Ben Swigert, he took a hit right as he released that football. You can't tell whether it's his hand or his arm.
And it looked as though he kind of held on to that just a little too long. I mean, he dropped back, got himself set, 1001, 1002, 1003. The ball has got to come out of there. I mean, your offensive lineman can only hold those guys out for so long. See, he's set. It looks like he slipped a little bit before he got hit.
Justin Clark has come in, the 6'2 sophomore, who's played a decent amount this year. He's thrown 5 touchdowns. He's 67 of 114 on the season. And he steps up in the pocket and he fires it, and it's caught by Eddie Cohen, who's at the 45, and he cuts it outside. He's got some room to go. And Eddie Cohen is down to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5,
football.
Let the legend of Justin Clark be born. And it wasn't even about him. Eddie Cohen, hey folks, turn around. All these kids who are leaving for the exits, how about a re-entry? Eddie Cohen breaking it outside, and what did I say to you about touching the money?
Don't touch the money.
That jug. You see what I said about touching the money?
Western Carolina.
Wow.
Johnny Unitas, Brett Favre, Steve Young, Joe Montana, Justin Clark.
Well, you know, it was really all Eddie Cohen, but you're right. And right now, Kent Briggs is doing exactly what he should be doing. This is a huge two-point conversion to get you, you know, an extra point, you're still a touchdown down. A two-point conversion puts you within a field goal. So even though you have to burn a timeout, you got to, after that excitement, you've got to get yourself set and run the best play you can. And what do you do here with Justin Clark?
Well, with the ball on the near hash and a right-handed quarterback, you'd have to anticipate that this play is going to end up moving to the right, just by the nature of where the ball's set. Try to give your quarterback a run-pass option.
Justin Clark.
If App State shows the same defense they showed last time, they're going to run the same play. The throwback for a touchdown. If they line up in the same man-to-man formation, that's what you're going to see.
And now they'll run the play clock. Justin Clark approaches the line, bark out the signals. It's back in the shotgun. Nicholas Wishart, the lone back.
It's different. It's not the same coverage.
A ball was dropped. A very catchable ball, but J.C. Brown lost his footing. Ball still hit him in the chest and in the hands, Rod. And if you're Justin Clark, he waited, he was patient.
Well, he was well defended. He just put this ball low and away. See, look, it's behind him.
That's got to be catch. Got to be caught.
God, that's an NFL throw right there. Your receiver's covered. Put the ball in the defensive back's lower half to the outside and let your receiver make a play on it. Got to make that grab. Not an easy catch, but with the game on the line in the old Mountain Jug up for grabs, you got to make the catch.
We'll go back and take a look at this touchdown. Justin Clark throwing it to Eddie Cohen, right over the middle.
Yeah, it just hits him on a basic in route. Man-to-man coverage. Once you get beat across your face and the receiver starts going across the field, there's nobody to help you. Everybody else is in man-to-man coverage. The only chance somebody's going to help you is a free safety. And the free safety took a bad angle, so we got a touchdown on our hands. Right across the middle, just basic in route versus man-to-man coverage. Real simple. And there's nobody on the backs of the defense to help you out. There's your free safety getting blocked. Number 32's got a guy right in his chest. Justin Mosaic's getting pushed around back there by Michael Reeder, number 15, and you got a touchdown.
You give the Catamounts a great deal of credit because they are making the Mountaineers retain this thing with all the work that they could possibly muster up. And after what appeared to be an absolutely back-breaking play, and they try a little pooch kick, and that ball is going to be fielded.
And they got it.
Western's got the football. A phenomenal play. Kicking it to the underbelly of the receiving team. Randy Thompson, a redshirt senior, playing in his final game here at Western Carolina.
By the receiving team recovered by Western Carolina.
A 5-year player just made the biggest play of his career.
Matt Rule, class of 79 from Penn State University, special teams coach, just comes up with the call of his young coaching career. Why not take advantage of a stunned App State team and surprise them with a gadget when they expect you to kick the ball right down the field and give it right back to them?
Justin Clark throws the bubble screen again, and Ginyard is down to the 32-yard line, and they can be patient here.
Absolutely.
They got 2 timeouts, 4:20 to go.
No rush.
They need a touchdown to regain the lead.
No hurry. No hurry. Western Carolina, you want to let this clock run, take your time, make sure everybody's coordinated, everybody understands the call, because App State can score in a hurry.
And Darius Fudge is alone back in the backfield, and Justin Clark is going to take off and run it.
Smart.
He had Darius Fudge, who was wide open in the flat, but he had his eyes toward the middle of the field.
He wanted the post route right down the middle, the Michael Reeder. But if it's not there, you're brand new into the game, you've been on the sidelines, it's getting cool out here, it's about 45 degrees. Don't get in and try to be a hero and force the ball into coverage. If it's not there, your number 1 read's not there, your number 2 read's not there, tuck it and run. Get some positive yardage.
3rd and 4 on the 33-yard line again. Darius Fudge alone back. Clark is flushed to the right. He's going to throw. He's got a man wide open. Eddie Cohen again. He's at the 5, and he's down at the 1-yard line. Justin Clark, who are you?
I'll tell you what, he is Superman out here today. The last 2 weeks on CSET, we have seen some fantastic football. I mean, it has been down to the wire. All the games, it's fantastic television. Cohen down the field, man-to-man coverage. That is what you call your classic bust. Somebody who is in man-to-man coverage, saw the quarterback get on the perimeter and left their coverage.
Push the up back. Clark on the keeper. No signal yet. And they're going to say that he is down inside the 1, so it'll be 2nd down.
So be it.
And Rod, really, if you're Western Carolina, let the clock run.
So be it. Quarterback sneak with 2 seconds on the clock. I don't even put a receiver in the game here. Everybody in the stands can know exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm in a goal line formation, and I'm going to run the quarterback sneak with 3 seconds on the clock. Heck, make it 2. Let's go, let's go. Clock's running.
He just got it off at 1. No signal. That ball might have come out. Appalachian State is saying they've got the football. No signal yet from the officials. They're saying that he was down.
Well, yeah, as soon as the ball crosses the plane, it's a touch.
But they have not signaled touchdown.
That's a touch.
Well, he lost the ball late. He was clearly on the ground. Clearly on the ground. The question is, had he crossed the plane? Now, the officials are still conferring.
The runner was ruled not down. There was a fumble recovered by Appalachian State. First down.
Wow.
I thought he crossed the plane. I thought it was a touchdown.
We're gonna have penalties all over the place. He's down. I mean, he is beyond down. He's laying down.
You know what? But he didn't get beyond the goal line. He didn't make it to the goal line.
Well, he didn't make it to the goal line, but if he's down, he's down.
Great play by Jarrell Carter, the senior, 5'10", 220 from App State, getting right over the top here, number 55. Look at him, right over the top here. Bam! Hits the quarterback.
After the play, dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on Appalachian. Number 44, offsetting fouls. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike on Western Carolina, number 15. Those fouls will offset. The ball is spotted at the 1-yard line. First down.
My question to you, Rod Smith, how can you say that the ball was down if it was recovered in the end zone? It would go out to the 20 and a touchback.
Absolutely. And it looks from that angle like he scored. If he didn't score, and it is a fumble, and the ball's recovered in the end zone, the ball's got to go out to the 20-yard line.
Got to go out to the 20.
Whoa. You got to...
It's clearly in the end zone.
And
there are a couple questions here. You know, not only whether he was down. If he's not down and you're ruling it a fumble, the ball was clearly fielded in the end zone.
Why isn't App State coach Jerry Moore raising Cain right now at the officials? If we recover the fumble in the end zone, then why don't we have the ball on the 20?
Absolutely.
There they go.
We have a correction on the play. The ball was fumbled from the field of play into the end zone, recovered by the defense. ruled a touchback. The ball will be spotted at the 20, first down.
Well, they corrected one mistake. The question is, the bigger mistake, was he down? There were so many bodies.
The Western Carolina coaches have to be sick to their stomach. You don't let the clock go down to 0. I wasn't even sure they got that play off in time.
You're absolutely right.
You've got to get set to the line of scrimmage, be disciplined, and then watch the clock and let it wind down. You're not still trying to get set as the clock's winding
Richie
down.
Williams is going to throw the football, and he's going to throw it deep. Devon Fultz, and that phenomenal play. That ball was almost picked off, almost caught. I don't know, really, Rod Smith.
Yeah, play action fake. Why not go up top? It should be caught. He lets it bounce off his chest, and then Bailey can't grab it.
And Owens almost had it.
And Owens has a chance at it. I'll tell you what, I love the call by Jerry Moore.
Do you really?
He is going for the jugular.
Well, now it allows Western Carolina, though, with only 2 timeouts, you can stop it twice and force them to punt.
I love the call. And I'll tell you what helps that a little bit. He's feeling a little slighted because his special teams coach just got out coached.
He's going to throw the football again, and he throws it up the middle to Alan Atwater, who's going to be short of the first down. The clock will run. Will Western burn a timeout here? You assume that they would.
Or you can save it. You can save it.
They're going to choose to save it. The play clock is at 20. They can run this thing down to just inside a minute and 10 seconds. About a minute and 14, they'll have to get the play off.
Now that second down play throwing the ball, I'm not so sure about that one. I run it there.
Atwater is your back. You assume a run, but no, he'll throw it again.
Richie
Richie Williams, and he's going to chuck it. He fumbles the football, and it's picked up by Western Carolina.
What did we just say? Why were you going to throw the football? I understand the play action fake. I understand the play action pass. Go for the jugular on first down. The best wide receiver in 1AA football drops it. But why do you throw it on second down? Why do you just throw it on third down? Jerry Moore has no confidence at all in his defense. And I'm not saying he should. Those guys are leading the league by giving up the most points. You can just take a few knees and kick. There's no reason to throw the ball there except for to say that
Albert Reed on the recovery, another bubble screen. Very little gain right there. We've got a minute left. Clock is running, and Justin Clark is going to go quickly. I don't know if you call that poetic justice or not, because it was hard to determine whether Clark's knee was down, and Clark's going to take a timeout. Will leave him with 1 with 49.1 seconds left.
The second charge to the second half.
You know, for Sports Illustrated, who years ago, Rod Smith, said this is the best rivalry nobody has ever heard of, boy, is it living up to it today.
I'm flabbergasted. I don't know what to say. Why would you let 10 seconds run off the clock and then decide you want to call timeout? I mean,
because you have a bunch of young men who've never been in this position, maybe.
At sudden change, ball's fumbled, App State fumbles the football, you get it back. The first thing you do is grab your quarterback and say, listen, buddy, if we run a play and it's tackled inbounds, you're going to use the first timeout. No ifs, ands, or buts. I don't want any confusion. I don't want guys running all over the place. It's your responsibility to call a timeout if anybody is tackled inbounds as a result of the first play that I'm about to give you. You don't waste 10 seconds of time when you need a touch. It sounds minute right now, but those 10 seconds will cost you 2 plays.
4 wide for the Catamounts. Justin Clark with a lot of time to throw it. He's going to throw it to the corner of the end zone. He's got a man. Michael Reeder, touchdown, Western Carolina.
And I'll tell you what,
and Western has got to compose themselves, and they've got to go for 2 to try to get themselves a field goal lead with 41 seconds left. Justin Clark's going to burn Western Carolina's final timeout to give them time.
Western Carolina, third and final timeout of the second half.
from the 5:07 mark, after the Nigel Rodgers interception touchdown, I think we've seen things in this game that I don't think we've seen in college football in a long time.
What great games you see. And you look at Justin Clark here doing a great job of buying time, knowing where he wanted to go with the football, getting the defense he wanted, and getting the ball to Michael Reeder, their best wide receiver. And he just waited and waited and waited. Great presence in the pocket, not to panic. It's been easy for him there, Mr. Clark, to tuck that ball and try to run it, feeling the pressure. He stood in there and delivered the ball, and has given his team the lead.
Jeremy Wiggins just out of reach, the hand of Jeremy Wiggins. And you talk about a roller coaster of emotions for the coaching staffs, for these players, for these fans. And the two-point conversion, Clark in the shotgun again, and he's going to roll the pocket right. And he's going to look back toward the middle of the field, and he's got his man, and it's Michael Reeder again. And the Catamounts have taken a three-point lead. Michael Reeder, the senior who will come back and play another year for Western Carolina next year, gets the touchdown, and Justin Clark, two phenomenal throws in a row.
You know what? Reeder's going to come back for another year, and thank goodness, because when they get this quarterback situation squared away, this guy's going to put up gaudy numbers. Here you see him running the back line in the end zone for the two-point conversion. A very, very nifty job of getting away from on the touchdown. He saw his cover three. He didn't run around waving his hands, yelling, because it just brought attention to himself, and the corners and safeties would close on him. Instead, he just kind of snuck down the sideline, nonchalant, not running full speed, not panicking, and just hoping his quarterback would find him, and Clark did.
Now, if you are Kent Briggs in the special teams unit, Tim Macy is going to kick this ball off. Normally, Sean Rouser does the kicking off. Does Tim Macy kick this ball to Devon Fulks, or do you kick a line drive that is taken by an up man?
No, I'd rather I'd rather give him the ball 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line than kick it to one of the best returners in all of college football. I'm not kicking to him.
Macy does kick it deep, and Fulks is going to field it at the 5. And Devon Fulks is going to go wide side, and he's going to cut it back toward the middle. He's got room to run. Devon Fulks is at the 30. Devon Fulks is at the 40, and he's at midfield with 30.6 seconds left. And Appalachian State will go all the way back, Rod, to the Richie Williams fumble.
I don't throw the ball in this situation first and foremost. Williams has been carrying the ball like a loaf of bread all day long. You don't want your quarterback, especially if he's not an option guy, with the ball on the perimeter. Then we see Justin Clark find Michael Reeder in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown pass. That touchdown pass that Clark threw was awful slick because the wide receiver didn't give it away.
They marked him out at the 48-yard line, so 30.6, 2 timeouts.
Corner blitz.
That looks like that might be, there's no flag thrown, and that's a fumble. And Western Carolina is saying they've got the football.
It's a ball game.
No signal yet.
If it's a fumble.
Right.
The rolling on the field, the pass was never completed. Incomplete. Second down.
This is chaos. This looked at the start of this play like there was going to be a procedure penalty. The left side of the line looked like they jumped early.
If I'm Jerry Moore for App State, I'm looking to end this game. I'm looking to beat these guys from Western Carolina. Forget the tie.
Well, the Western Carolina students anticipating a win. There are 22.4, and the field goal in the
This is the second best pass offense in the nation.
Well, if we can get a shot of the end zone, we can tell you why we've got a delay. Western Carolina has outfitted Bob Waters Field with field goals that will basically, the proper word is not deflate.
Yeah, they got the goalpost off already in the far end zone.
The new apparatus, and they're actually going to take it off the field. That's going to be an issue in the event of overtime.
They haven't even won the game yet. They've already got the goalpost torn down. A little anxious over here, aren't we?
Well, that new style of goalpost that protects fans who literally rip them down, they collapse. And I think that the maintenance crew was a little overzealous. They anticipated that was going to be a fumble.
You know what? That's one of the most idiotic things, and I'll never understand that as long as I live. Keep your butt off the field. If someone runs on the field, back in my old age, I would knock them out. You know, that is for warriors out there, guys that spend 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week trying to get prepared for it. And you got these kids running around out here.
Against Western Carolina, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Yeah. If you're Western Carolina, Rod, you got to understand something emotionally. You've just ripped off your helmets. You have fans that have, sprinkled out onto the field, and emotionally, you got to go play defense.
Do you think App State and the #1 pass offense in the nation is worried? Do you think they're concerned that they can't score? Don't get ahead of yourself. These guys can still beat you with the touchdown.
Richie Anderson, he rolls right, he throws it, that ball's deflected, it's up in the air. We'll have third down.
It's a lot of time left.
Realistically, Julian Roush in the first half made a career-long 48-yard field goal. I would imagine that the 30 has got to be their goal, which would make it a 47-yard field goal attempt for Julian Roush. 16 to go, 16.4 exactly.
I'm still looking to score with this next pass. I'll move the chains on 4th down. Right here, I'm looking to score.
You still have 2 timeouts. A first down will stop the clock. Richie Anderson, and Anderson is flush, and he's going to run it, and he's going to get a first down and more, and he's out at the 37-yard line. Richie Williams, pardon me. Richie Williams, who is rolled and ran repeatedly, Rod, all day. His passing yardage, not exactly where he's accustomed to being. He's well over 300 yards a game. But boy, when he's had to tuck it and run, and now with 9 seconds again, you still have 2 timeouts, 9.1 exactly on the 30, just inside the 37-yard line. 53-yard field goal right now. That ball, it overshoots the receiver. Rod, if you're Jerry Moore, do you try a quick out? And with 4.6, even if you're down in bounds, you can call a timeout or right out of bounds. It's a 53-yard field goal right now.
I'm going to run 2 quick out cuts, and I'm going to run guys at the seam. If a guy can get to the corner, I'm going to deliver the ball there. If it's not there, my quarterback's got to get rid of the ball right now.
Jerry Moore is going to talk about it.
Appalachian State, second charge of the second half.
Well, that last play hurt him a little bit. Give away almost 5 seconds there to just throw it out of bounds. The 48-yarder that he kicked earlier in the game was the largest of his career. Right now, we're looking at 53 yards. I'm still going to try to get one more playoff here and get him just a little bit closer. But the quarterback, Richie Williams, has got to be aware that if it's not there, the ball's got to leave his hand right now. This is a 1-2-3 step drop, and the ball's gone whether the guy's open or not.
Julian Roush, the freshman out of Gastonia, North Carolina. We show 4 on our game clock. On the scoreboard clock, it's 4.6. And what has been just truly a remarkable fourth quarter of football. Richie Williams on 2nd and 10, 4.6 to go. The play clock is at 10. Richie Williams is going to take their final timeout. So with that being said, Rod, you don't have the option of a ball.
Final timeout of the second half.
A reception that's made in bounds. Unless it's a first down, you can't stop the clock.
Yeah, it's over now. I mean, now you've got to kick the thing or you got to go for it. One of the two. Jeez. If they don't fumble the ball, Richie Williams, you know, they win the football game, or they have a chance to win the football game. I mean, look at the end of this game, and first you got the onside kick. A great call by Mike Roush, the special teams coach for Western. They get the thing back, march down the field, get the touchdown. Then Justin Carter fumbles the ball going into the end zone. Richie Williams fumbles the ball right back. And then Justin gets it together, hits Michael Reeder in the corner of the end zone. He did a great job of getting over on this play. They get the 2-point conversion on top of that, again to Michael Reeder.
So Julian Roush, the freshman from Ashbrook High School in Gastonia, he transferred from East Carolina from 53 yards. Eric Elsner is your holder. This is to tie the football game. To 27, that is your final. And what is, I'm sure, felt like a lifetime for this West Carolina program. They come back they score 14, Rod Smith, in the last 5 minutes of the ball game after a back-breaking interception touchdown that appeared to have iced the game. And for Kent Briggs and his staff and his players in this university, the biggest win they've had since that November day in 1998.
And we have some young people down the end of the corner of the end zone here that broke off a piece of the goalpost, and they're trying to get out of the stadium with it, but they got turned away by security, but they're trying to get these field goal posts out of here.
The field goal from the 1998 win by the Catamounts sits atop one of the foothills that faces E.J. Whitmire Stadium, and it's been sitting there since the 49-carry, 195-yard day of Brad Hoover. And I don't know if they'll get another one up there. But we'll go back and take a look at this 53-yard field goal attempt by Julian Roush. It was on line, but it was short.
Yeah, just not enough leg to get this thing as high as he needed to carry it all the way. I mean, in the cold air, it's a little wide right.
Yep.
You know, we talked about it earlier in the broadcast that if you don't have penalties, you play well on special teams, you run the football effectively, you don't turn it over, a lot of teams will beat themselves And in App State down the stretch here, I understand Jerry Moore, his lack of confidence in his defense. I mean, they haven't played well this year. Not because they're bad kids, not because they're not well coached, not because they're not well coordinated. They're just very, very young. I mean, he lost 8 starters to graduation from last year's team. You're replacing freshmen and sophomores. You're going to have that. I mean, that's natural. They're going to be phenomenal on defense next year, and even better the year after that. I understand his lack of confidence in his young players, but 3 passes in a row on that very last drive, and then the last play, the fumble by Williams, it's just too much to overcome. If they just get that ball kicked away, I think they win.
All right, we're going to go down to Shannon Spake, who's in the middle of this mayhem, and I believe she has the new legend here for the Catamounts, Justin Clark. Take it away, Shannon.
That's right. He is a new legend. Tell me, what went through your mind coming into this game and knowing what was on your shoulders?
I knew that. This place is going crazy. I knew that coming into the game that I had to be ready. Bennett was 1 hit away. I just didn't know when. I mean, this means so much to the fans, the staff, what we came through the season. It's just no words can explain how this feels right now.
What was going through your mind when you threw that touchdown pass?
Nothing. I didn't know what to feel. It was excitement. It was, I don't know. You words can't explain this right now.
Who's going to be the first person you call when you get back to the bus?
My dad. He's back at home playing Burns in the state championship. Y'all better win that game too.
All right, thanks. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shannon. Justin Clark, the sophomore from Gastonia, from North Gaston High School, and his feelings and the way he reacted, Ryder, reminded me of Aaron Boone in Game 7 of the ALC. He didn't know what to say. He's just, you're trying to process everything he did. And how about what he went through in the final 5 minutes? Touchdown, a fumble that you think might have lost the game for you. You get the ball back and you throw the game-winning touchdown.
Yeah, and I think that's that's the measure of a man, and something that Justin's father can be proud of, that Justin Clark came out here and immediately came in the game and made some plays, but then once they got the ball down the 1-yard line, fumbled it away, which is his fault. I mean, that's between him and the defender, and he put the ball on the carpet and really put his team in a hole. For him to come back and make the touchdown pass to win the football game is outstanding.
Let's go back down to Shannon, who's got the man who just got the biggest win of his young career here at Western Carolina. Take it away, Shannon.
Coach, just one question. What's going through your mind right now?
I'll tell you, I'm so happy for the Western Carolina family, our football team. God, they just never gave up. I mean, you got to give so much credit to our players, our coaches, and the fans. They just never kept, quit believing. And it was hard, when we, fumbled down there. I thought it was across the goal line, but we didn't give up. We kept on, trying to make something happen. And what a big victory. And again, it just shows you, if you don't give up, good things are going to happen. This team has been strong all year. We didn't have great games, but we've never give up. We've played hard, and gosh, got to give our guys credit. And again, it's so big for the Catamount family.
Have you had a chance to touch the Mountain Jug yet?
Yes, just barely. But I tell you what, I've got plenty of time to do that. We've got it for a whole year, and we're going to try to keep it for the rest of the time too. So I just hope the players enjoy it right now and just enjoy this moment right here, because this is one of those things that I don't think it gets any better than this. I don't think there's a way that could be a better game, a more exciting game. This is what this game's all about. We play Appalachian, and I tell you what, it's just perfect the way it came down. Even though I thought the game was over there, and I thought the game was over here, but hey, we'll take it that way because that made it more exciting.
As a coach, you must have gone through every emotion possible during this game. When they lined up for the field goal right there at the end, tell me what went through your mind.
I will just pray, and I just pray that, God, this is our turn. And, I don't want to take anything away from the kicker, because I know he's done a good job all year and done a good job, but, hey, it was our game. I mean, I think we fought too hard, and the right team won today.
Do you have a spot for the Mountain Jug already picked out?
Well, we'll take it. We'll hang it and keep it, for a while here, probably tonight, and then we're going to take it to Chancellor, because he deserves it, because he's done a great job of pushing us in the right direction and doing a lot of great things for this university and for our football program. And we'll put the spots in his office.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. Go celebrate. Have a good night.
All right, thank you, Shannon. And congratulations to Kent Briggs and his staff and his players. And for the first time in 6 years, that jug will reside in Cullowhee, North Carolina. And it will for virtually 365 days until these two get together and again express, Rod, how much they hate each other for 3+ hours. It's respectful hate. And these two teams gave us and gave each other everything that we could have ever have hoped for. And you look at that jug and what it symbolizes between these two schools, and when it was built, and it's the 69th meeting, and the jug was, the inception of the jug, 1978. And boy, is that going to be very sweet for Western Carolina.
And you think about some of the performances that we saw today that were truly outstanding. Justin Clark coming in the game, taking over at the quarterback position and making plays in the face of adversity after he what looked like fumbled the game away. And then you also have a guy like Michael Reeder, who makes a game-winning touchdown, also catches a 2-point conversion that gives him a 3-point lead. A guy that's been unheralded this year through lack of talent and lack of coordination with the quarterback situation he's been in, stays in the game, keeps fighting. The type of kid that the coaches say will do anything to win a football game, regardless how many balls he catches. A very unselfish attitude, and he has a chance to shine. I still like Richie Williams in the way he played today. He was awful in the first half. It was inaccurate, held the ball too long, took some sacks, and then he came back late in the game in the second half to make some plays and get his team back in. And it's unfortunate that he was in a situation where he had a chance to fumble away the game at the end. But I thought he showed great bravery in the second half.
Well, if you go through what we went through just sitting here trying to process what was happening for these coaching staffs and for these players, you start with the Nigel Rodgers interception, which a lot of people thought effectively ended this game, and over the next 5:07, which was about 45 minutes, it was a roller coaster ride that I don't think I've ever seen in a college football game, and questioning about maybe play calling, and also, Rod, what happened certainly down there at the goal line.
Well, you said it best. As soon as the people from App State started holding up the jug, you don't touch the money beforehand, and it came back to bite them.
Yeah, absolutely right. It's let's go back down. I think Shannon Spake has another guess. Shannon, take it away.
All right, I'm here with Fudge. All right, 134 yards. How does it feel to be the Hoover of this game?
Oh, man, I didn't expect to be no Brad Hoover. I just want to come in and get a win. So for you to say Hoover, that's a tremendous blessing. Like I said, I just want to get a win. I get this many yards. I just want to do whatever I can to get this win. So I don't know, it's just a tremendous honor to get as many yards in a big game like this. So
that's the jug right there. Have you gotten a chance to touch it yet?
Excuse me?
Have you gotten a chance to hold it yet?
Oh, yeah. I turned it up one time. I turned the jug up one time, baby. And it's going to stay here, baby. It's going to stay here.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Shannon. You know, Darius Fudge, he kind of gets lost in all this because his plays came before the 5:07 just roller coaster ride.
I thought you were the only one that called Shannon baby. Who is that guy, Fudge?
I think we've got all the key plays, and thank you. I'm glad we can look at these plays, and I can transition out of that. You start with this phenomenal pooch kick, Rod.
It was a great call by Fudge, their special teams coordinator, surprising App State. And now we've got the fumble by Justin Clark going in to score, which would have been the touchdown to take the lead there. And then, unfortunately, for Richie Williams, who played outstanding in the second half, puts the ball on the carpet, trying to make the play. Finally, Justin Clark finds Michael Reeder in the corner of the end zone, very, very quietly sneaking into the end zone. Then he also gets a 2-point conversion. And the last play of the game, we got a missed field goal from 54 yards. Just not enough leg to make that kick.
You know, Richie Williams will have another shot at this game, and it'll be in Boone next year. He had an up-and-down day, like you said. Consistency throwing the football wasn't really there. How about Devon Fulks? Devon Fulks leaves this game. His collegiate career is over. You believe he's got a shot to play in the NFL?
I really do. I think he's going to have an opportunity to get into a training camp. Number one, because he has outstanding speed and quickness. Number two, his preparation at App State has been legendary. If a guy takes that much energy to get himself prepared and study film and get ready for opponents, that's going to allow him to be successful in the NFL. And then finally, he's got great hands and a knack, things you can't teach. A guy that's able to find seams and zones, knows how to beat double teams, understands the leverage of defenders. He's going to be a pain in the neck for any cornerback to handle, especially in man-to-man situations.
You know, you played in a lot of rivalry games. What can this mean for Kent Briggs? They've actually got another game to play. They've got to go to Charleston next week and play the Citadel. What could this do? Can this really propel a program?
Absolutely. I mean, you have to understand, Kent Briggs has had a real tough time. He's 0-2 against these guys from App State. It is a rivalry game. It's a big deal to the administration, to the athletic directors and those type of folks. They haven't had a winning record, so for him, even even without the winning record, he's going to have a chance to hold on to this job for another couple of years based on this win.
Yeah, their record goes to 4-6. Appalachian State's season is over at 6-5. And we mentioned for Kent Briggs, his staff, and his players, the Old Mountain Jug is going to stay in Cullowhee, North Carolina for 1 calendar year, and then these two schools will get together for one of the great rivalries you will see in Southern Conference, more importantly, 1AA football. It's been a real pleasure for all of us here at Carolina Sports and Entertainment Television to be a part of this. And the proceeding has been a presentation of Carolina Sports Entertainment and Television Network. Good night from Cullowhee.